How y'all doing? And welcome back to Larry Reactions. Just want to talk about Power, Raising Kanan, episode 4. Once again, it didn't disappoint. Another good episode, solid episode. Episode start off. Uh, Rock, basically, she wants to expand the business into New Jersey. Uh, they know it's a lot of trouble that's gonna come with it, especially with dealing with the Italians on that side of the state or whatever like that. Uh, but I think this episode really mainly it's a lot of things that happened in this episode. Kanan looking at his mom with a lot of distrust, and the trust seems to kind of be fading, and I can see that putting a wedge in their relationship. Uh, Basically, ever since the events that happened after the last episode with Howard telling Kanan that that he's his father. It's a lot of Kanan noticing a lot of stuff just kind of not making just a lot of stuff just not making sense. Like Rock saying a lot of stuff that just really ain't making no sense. But then again, why would Detective Howard have to lie? And he could have put him in jail for shooting him. I mean, real talk. But yeah, so Kanan goes to the jail, the jail to see his uncle, his dad's brother. And the conversation that they had, he was, Kanan confused. He wants to know more about his dad. Want to know if his dad ever asked about him or whatnot. And his uncle was like, man, hell yeah. What the hell you mean your dad never asked? Of course, your dad loved you or whatever like that. Blase, blase, blase. So when he come out to prison, he get in the car with his Uncle Marvin. Now Marvin, I think he a little uneasy about the situation. Like he don't want his nephew being worried or about him not having people around him that care about him. And so Marvin kind of give him that talk. You know what I'm saying? You only worry about motherfuckers that's here with you now. The people that's around you and alive are the ones that love you and care about you and care about your well-being. But moving right along, that happened. Juke reconnected with her mom. She actually went and talked to her biological mother. She wanted to know why did you leave? Why did you leave me so young? And basically her answer was she was scared. She said she was a little older than Juke is now, and she didn't know what to do, and she was worried about whether or not she was going to be a fit mother or be able. And I'm thinking she most likely she probably was on drugs, so she didn't want the responsibility, so she wanted to she ran off to California because she thought she might have better opportunities out there to get clean and come back and be the mother that she always wanted to be. So I can see some reconciliation going on with that, because she basically said, I want you here with me. And right now, I'm kind of thinking Juke might end up going to stay with her mom. I mean, I kind of think it might be in the best bet. Now her father, Marvin, after that altercation that they had, when he found out that Juke is a lesbian, or like women, Marvin hurt him. Like you can kind of tell it in this episode. He really wants to reconnect with his daughter, and I noticed it's a big character change. He's starting to show a lot more emotion, than just being his hard ass all the time. Uh, what else happened? Uh, oh yeah, and another another thing that happened that was kind of reckless, kind of stupid. Kanan, Kanan went to the place of operation, where Rock and his uncles run their business. Kanan got told to go stay in the room. You know what I'm saying? But he opens the closet. It was a bad smell, probably because of the dead body they stashed in the wall. I'm sure that's it. But anyway, there was some shoe boxes on the floor. So he get the probing around, and it's money in one of the shoe boxes. So Kanan took some of the money, and he went out and helped Famous, his homeboy Famous, get a new place. And when Warrell brings the money to Marvin to count it, he noticed it. Of course, it's short. And Marvin's like, "Oh, so what you think? You think somebody's skimming? You think somebody's skimming off the top?" And Marvin pretty much gave the go ahead that, hey, whoever the fuck it is, you deal with them accordingly. So I can see that being a problem in the very near future. And so oh yeah. So going back to Rock. Okay. Rock had a pretty sad arc in this episode. She was looking into buying a new home. I believe she purchased a new home, and she asked Symphony to come take a look at it with her. And they end up going checking out the bedrooms, and you already know what happened. So a little afterwards, they step outside, and Symphony basically was like, Rock, I want you to let me go. He was like, we can't keep doing this because, Symphony ain't no dummy. I mean, I'm sure he has a clue of what kind of shit she in. You know what I'm saying? And he loved her and she loved him. I mean, you could tell. And that was kind of a it was a sad moment. You could tell as much of a hard ass as Rock is, you can tell that really got to her. That was a deep cut. Like, this motherfucker basically was like, man, look, let me go. Like, don't call me again. And I mean, you can't do nothing but respect it. Symphony know, everything ain't legit about Rock. You know what I'm saying? Gonna end up in jail or dead. So, most likely, I mean, you gotta respect that. Can't do nothing but respect that. But moving right along, so the climax of the episode towards the end. Like I said, Rock wants to expand, and so Marvin is cool with it, but Lou, on the other hand, he ain't cool with it, and which I understand where Lou coming from. Lou was like, dealing with these Italians, they're basically the mafia. Dealing with the mafia is a different issue than just dealing with a regular run-of-the-day street nigga. The mafia, they ain't gonna just take one person out. They gonna take the whole family out. They gonna make sure that you can't recuperate from whatever they do to you. And which I understand. We're going. Do we really want that kind of smoke right now? Or do we want to build our empire a little more, and then we can go at them strong? I mean, I understand where Lou coming from, and of course, Rock throwing shots at him, thinking he just worried about the studio. He ain't worried about the business. And he just worried about his own bullshit. But I'm really siding with Lou on this one. Lou know what he talking about. I mean, that's a hell of a move. And messing with the Italians, man. And I really think that what's going to end up happening, especially with Neek, I think Neek is going to form some kind of alliance with the Italians, and man, they probably going to come at rocking them and probably try to take them out of business altogether. But you know that's for a future episode. But anyway, so after the whole Rock and Symphony scenario, Rock is at home. She comes home, and then Kanan's coming down the steps. And Kanan going out the door. Rock turned around like, "Hey, where you going?" And Kanan was like, "Well, I'm just going to hang out with some friends." And then Rock just kind of, Rock looked at him like, "Be careful." You know, he was like, "All right." So he went to walking. You know what I'm saying? And he pulled up. He walked up on his house and knocked on the door. I already knew where he was going. He knocked on the door. Detective Howard opened up the door. He went to his dad's house, and his dad invited him in. And the whole time, they do a back camera shot, well, a phase out camera shot, and Rock followed Kanan and saw where he was going. She had to know that this was going to end up happening. Like, you cannot keep, Kanan ain't no dummy. Like, you can't keep lying to him thinking that he ain't going to want to know. Come on now. Especially in this one part, Kanan confronted her about the stuff that she was saying about Howard. And Howard already know, like, yeah, she gonna say I'm crazy and all that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But, you know, you gotta think. You gotta put two and two together, man. If Howard wanted you in jail, he know that you shot him. He know that you shot him. He could have put you in jail. I mean, man, it's definitely cannot wait to the next episode. I'm excited. I am excited to see where this go. I mean, ultimately, we already know what happened to Kanan character. This show is basically a prequel, but definitely excited about the next episode. Y'all let me know if y'all watched it. Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think. Until next time, God bless the Fed. Whoa.